Today, we're gonna tell you the storyline of a film called Yip Man 2. From the year 2010. This film is the sequel from the first Yip Man film, telling us the story about Yip Man's journey, after leaving Fushan and moving to Hong Kong. At the beginning of the film, we are shown some flashbacks from the previous film. We also showed Chuan, who was shot by a Japanese troop. The film begins when Khan takes Yip Man to a hall on a rooftop in Hong Kong, for Yip Man to teach Wing Chun. But, after 8 days being there, there's still no student who signs in. In the evening, Yip Man finally goes home, and helps his pregnant wife to take some water. At home, their door was knocked by the landlord, collecting rent. But they chose not to answer, because they got no money to pay the bill. The next day Yip Man visited by an unknown teenager, holding his academy brochure when he's helping his neighbor drying clothes. He thought that the guy was about to enroll in his academy, but when Yip Man explains about Wing Chun to him, the guy cut his off, and challenged Yip Man to a duel instead. And he says, he's gonna pay if he loses. Yip Man smiled at him and agreed to the challenge. And the duel begins. Yip Man fights him calmly at first, with no hit touches Yip Man. Then he started to throw his serious punches, and managed to down him. Finally Yip Man asks the promised pay, but the guy left him instead. In the evening, the guy came back with 3 men behind him, to gang up on Yip Man. There they teased Yip Man, then Yip Man chases them away if they're not about to learn Wing Chun. But they insisted, then a 1v4 fight occurred. Yip Man defeats them easily, and leaves them. But soon after, the unknown guy named Li Young, kneeled, and willing to be Yip Man's student. The 3 men also apparently kneeled, and asked Yip Man to be his students as well. Yip Man laughed at them and asked them to pay their fees first. The next day, Yip Man explains Wing Chun to his students and trains them. His students then increased by day. One evening, Yip Man collects their students' fee, but then Yip Man not forcefully collects the payment, if any of them is in bad financial condition. At night, when he's about to buy some sweets, Yip Man was startled by the noise from a duck thief being chased by the residents. Feeling familiar, he then willingly paid the duck. The thief runs away, but his son then takes Yip Man to him. Yip Man can't believe his eyes, when he faces his long-lost best friend, Chuan, gone insane. He even relapses when Yip Man tries to approach him. Yip Man really devastated by the sight. He blamed himself. Cho then told him that his father became like that, after the shot that hit him in the head. Cho then tells Yip Man, that he is sometimes unable to give him food because he's only doing odd jobs. Then Yip Man promises him to take care of his father together. The next day, Yip Man brings Cho to Khan to recruit him. One day, when Li Young was pasting brochures on the wall, he was provoked by some Hong Academy students. Li Young then accepted their duel challenge. It was a one-on-one duel at first, but after he won the duel, he was immediately ganged by the rest of the Hong students. On the other side, Yip Man was visited by the Hong students, telling him to go to the fish market with Li Young's ransom, for what Li Young did to their brothers. Arriving at the fish market, they release Li Young. Then he explained everything to Yip Man. Then the Hong student asks Yip Man for the ransom, but Yip Man refuses. They then gang up on Yip Man. Yip Man deals with them calmly. But again, they launch their second blow. And this time, with weapons in their hands. Yip Man defends himself with a wooden pallet. Until finally Yip Man manages to take 2 machetes over. They were surrounded. Then Yip Man decided to take a hostage to run away. But midway, from the other side, came a group of people running. Turns out there was Jin, the wanderer from the previous film. But then Jin allows Yip Man to go, and asks him for his machetes. But not long after, Yip Man was blocked again, but by Master Hong and his students. Yip Man then introduces himself, and explains the condition to Master Hong. Master Hong got angry and said that Yip Man Academy doesn't have any permit. And Yip Man needs to do a duel to every kung fu master in Hong Kong. Not long after, Master Hong went to the police office with his friend, to submit boxing ticket money, and also asked for his portion, but the Western policeman kicked him out instead. At night, Yip Man's wife tells him to give up his teaching career. But he insisted, and tried to calm his wife. The next day, all the kung fu masters gathered around one big white table for the duel arena. Not long after, Yip Man arrived. Master Hong then introduces Yip Man to his fellow kung fu masters, and tells him to survive until the incense runs out, or he lose. Then Yip Man goes up to the table with the first kung fu master. He beats the kung fu master with no problem. Then another masters came up. And again. Yip Man manages to lock him down until he surrenders. Until finally Master Hong came up to the table and fights Yip Man. The fight is so exciting that the kung fu masters start to watch more seriously. They both fight evenly strong and agile. The fight ends when the table splits, and they both manages to stay on top of the table when the incense runs out. Then Yip Man got his permit, but Master Hong asked him to pay the monthly fee, just like the other academies. But he refuses. He said he would welcome any duel challenges, but not to pay any fee for their own sake. Hearing that, Master Hong threatened Yip Man, and warned him to keep his eyes open. Soon after, Master Hong takes a seat and drinks herbal meds for his asthma. The next day, seeing the beanie guy from Hong Academy banned some people from looking for Yip Man's Wing Chun Academy. Feeling uncomfortable with it, Li Young then throws an urns at them. That starts a brawl between two academies. In the evening, Khan requests Yip Man to empty his teaching space, due to the brawl incident. Yip Man understands his request, but then he visits Master Hong, to protest about what his student did. Master Hong excuses saying that Kung Fu Academy's existence in Hong Kong is all due to his close connection to the Westerns. Then he challenges Yip Man to another duel. But in the middle of the fight, Master Hong's son suddenly passed by. Fortunately, Yip Man managed to lift him up. Then Master Hong's wife and their children appeared, inviting Master Hong for dinner. Then Yip Man asks permission to leave. The next day, Master Hong visits Yip Man while he was teaching. Master Hong invites him to watch Western boxing match. Then he leaves him. By then, they are officially friends. Soon after, Master Hong went to the boxing arena, asks the Western policeman for his men's salary, for preparing the arena. But the policeman went furious instead, and threatened to close the fish market down. Then his friend Fatso coaxed him to understand the situation, because if not, their people could have gone unemployed, if the fish market is closed. At night, the event was held, opened by Hong Academy students. Then Master Hong told Yip Man to send his student to perform as well. There was also Twister, the boxer, attending the opening event. Watching the kung fu performances, Twister said that Chinese boxing is nothing more than just a dancing performance. He then went up to the arena to provoke them. He then attacks them all. He also said that Chinese boxing is nothing. Feeling insulted, the attending kung fu masters went up to the arena, starting a brawl. Then Master Hong and Yip Man also went up to the arena to separate them. Yip Man manages to defend himself from Twister's hits. Master Hong then parries Twister's hit. He's gone furious, and demands for Twister's apology. He disinclined. He then said that he's going to apologize, if only Master Hong can beat him in the arena. Master Hong agreed, and the fight occurred. Master Hong went through the first round alright. Yip Man worried about him, and suggests Master Hong to go for his arms instead. Master Hong agrees. He throws many successful punches in the second round. But unfortunately, Master Hong got knocked down by one of Twister's hard uppercuts. Master Hong got up, slammed Twister, and took a deep breath. His students then realized that his asthma flared up. At the timeout, Yip Man suggests Master Hong to give up the fight. Master Hong insisted. He said that he can't accept anyone trying to mock Kung Fu. Soon after the round continued, a lot of Twister's punches hit Master Hong. Yip Man tries to surrender, but Master Hong stops him. He got up and continued the fight. But his asthma flared up again mid-fight. Seeing the advantage, Twister then punches Master Hong mercilessly. Referee sent his signs, the match ended. Master Hong died. Yip Man then comes to Master Hong's funeral, to pay for his last respects. The next day, Twister and his team held a press conference. They refused to be pointed out as killers, saying that Master Hong's death happened because he is weak himself. Twister also mocked how the Chinese use incense as a timer. Soon after, Yip Man suddenly appeared, saying that they also used incense to pray. He also challenged Twister to a duel. The next day, Yip Man moves his family to his neighbor, so that he can train freely. He also took some time to give food to chew on. Right around that time, Wing Sing was also getting close to giving birth, but she didn't want to bother Yip Man's training. Finally, the big match day has come. Everyone heeded the match, through the radio channel. In the ring, Yip Man steps forward right after he sees Twister come on the ring. But the referee sent him back to his corner. The Western audiences mockingly laughed at this sight. Then the fight begins. At the beginning, Yip Man looks overwhelmed by how agile and strong Twister is. Everyone starts to worry when he is knocked down by one of Twister's punches, but thankfully he manages to get up and everyone cheers for him, because he also managed to knock Twister down. At the second round, Yip Man also manages to throw his 1,000 blows to Twister. But cunningly, Twister hits Yip Man down after the round and bell rings. The audience went mad. Seeing Twister being aggrieved, the jury had a discussion, which resulted in a kick ban for Yip Man in the third round. If he refuses, then it's a win for Twister. There Twister beats Yip Man completely. He was down. But then he remembers what Master Hong said. He got up, and targeted Twister's arms several times, until he managed to down Twister. And hit his face repeatedly. The referee counts down, as well as the people who are listening to the match. Twister loss was declared. Everyone celebrated Yip Man's victory. Then Yip Man offered a speech. He said, it was not about which one is better between kung fu and boxing. But it was all about respect, between each other. And he wishes for no one demeaning anyone in the future. The Western audience gave him a standing ovation for his meaningful speech. After the match, Yip Man happily rushes to his wife, and his newborn. Days after, Yip Man visited by a little boy, wanting to learn Wing Chun. Yip Man laughed and asked him his name. And the boy tells Yip Man his name. It's Bruce Lee. And the film ends.